Remove your hat.
We've all been here before. You're assigned a speech. You've grown along with the rest of your classmates. But when the assignment is explained, you're actually passionate about what you're required to write about. But when you get your grade back from the speech that you poured your heart and soul into, you lose points because of an arbitrary number that is the word count. You lost points because you were too passionate about something. So, the school system has stifled you. Let's start with a quote from our very own Mrs. Erickson. You have been pleaded to, pushed, prodded, and begged. You have answered our cries with indifference, boredom, blank stares, and apathy. Is it safe to assume that this is our doing? That we somehow caused this mental decline? Or is it the institution that is one-size-fits-all, iron-fisted, that is forced upon us by law for over 75% of our lives? It is a tragedy that this crushing of young men and women's souls by the outdated system is happening in the first place. But the fact that this is blamed on us not caring enough is completely asinine. Don't think that this one case is enough? Well, for those of you in our first hour history class, remember when Mr. Qualley was talking about how talkative we were? He remembered us as the 8th grade class that always spoke up. We weren't afraid to discuss. We were able to express ourselves creatively. Of course, he'd be surprised to find out from Mr. Egan that we as a class struggled with communication in each session. Why would that be? The school system as we know it today was designed during the Industrial Revolution with the sole purpose of forcing wage slaves into factories, which explains why students are like those industrial workers. Students must sit in straight rows of desks just like this, raise their hand if they want to express themselves. They're given a short break to eat, and they're told what to think for 8 hours a day. Some people may think that we're bashing teachers here, but it's not their fault. They're forced to work in a system with not much freedom on how or what they teach. They are forced to teach a curriculum that are created by policymakers that haven't taught a day in their lives. They create these policies like they haven't seen a child before. They think taking a test somehow determines someone's future. The system is forcing you to be as basic as vanilla ice cream. We can see it with this project specifically. No more than 500 words, no less than 250. That's what we hear so often, which is why we made this speech 501 word. Students are 24% of the population, but they are 100% our future. We are always set on the greatness of our country, but we aren't willing to accept its downfalls. If we want change, then we need to act now, not later, because the system we're forced into can't, no, won't define who we are.